Hi everybody, my name's Aiden and welcome to Sports for All podcast. I've got a really exciting guest, so do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, hello. Hi, my name is Merve. I'm 33 years old and originally from Istanbul, where I was born and raised. I studied my bachelor degree in architecture in Cyprus, then moved to Germany for masters, and now I'm living here in Germany, Saxony-Anhalt. And 2 years ago, I discovered running and quickly become passionate about it. And these days, focusing on improved as a road runner while enjoying trail running and where I feel closer to nature. And actually, before coming to this podcast, I took a look back my runs over the past 2 years and just to see how I come. And the number surprised even me. I run about 140 times in my total. My longest distance so far was a 50-kilometer run, and I completed an official marathon, Leipzig Marathon, 42 kilometers. I have run so much and attended so many races. I don't know if these numbers officially make me an athlete or not, but what I do know is truly I feel as a runner.
It's so good to have you, and yeah, it sounds you have been running a lot over the last few years, so I'm excited to hear more. Um, so my first question is, do you want to tell us a bit about your running journey, maybe also what sports you've been involved in growing up, and yeah, just tell me a little bit about your story.
Okay, sure. I've always been into sports since I was a kid. Back into primary school, I was part of gymnastic club, and later I played volleyball for a while. Over the time, I got curious about other things like yoga, stretching, which I mostly taught myself through like YouTube videos and even joined a few Pilates courses. And I like being active with friends, playing volleyball just for fun or going long walks after school or after work. And also, I can say that I really fascinated by ice skating. I love watching it. And at some point, I even tried it to learn it by myself. Actually, last year, I got my first pair of shoes of ice skating in
Wow.
my 32 years old. Yeah. Uh, I was actually especially drawn to what I call the aesthetic sides of sports, things like gymnastic or skating. But yeah, I later realized the kinds of sports are harder to pick up as an adult. So since they need early training, yeah, I think in my life I was somehow get was into that sport and
No, that's amazing. I love ice skating as well. Like it's so beautiful, and I can't believe they can spin so fast as well. Like it's crazy what like people can do. Um, I love hearing your background. So, how did you get started in running? What's kind of like sparked your interest in that?
to be honest, there is no like wow moment that pushed me into sports. It just like always been part of my life in another way. But I think the real turning point came when I first moved to Germany. A friend of mine actually gifted me a pair of running shoes. With that, I thought, okay, let's give it a try. So I started running through the forest here in Dessau, Saxony-Anhalt. And it was not only about running, also it was about discovering new place, my new home, discovering forest more, seeing wild animals. Sometimes I see foxes or deers when I'm running in the forest. And I said to myself, okay, Merve, yeah, I can do this actually. I can make running my thing. And yeah, outside of the sport, also music has been a huge inspiration, maybe for me.
Yeah.
When I put on my headphones and go for a run, I feel like I'm running above the clouds, exploring the forest with a rhythm. It might sound a bit poetic, but the mix of music and running gave me such a like powerful feeling. And but with together, it feels amazing. At some point, it turned to me into a routine, almost like a daily need. When I run, I feel complete the day. When I don't, I feel like something is missing. And yeah, I find now and my movement, my music, and my forest here, and that's complete me. And I feel runner, and I started and get into this sport.
I love that, and I love how you were just like trying it and giving it a go. And I love what you were saying about the forest. It's just so relaxing. You kind of go into your own kind of zone. People don't really understand that unless they've like done it. Trying to explain that to them, like you were saying, like it sounds a bit poetic and out there, but actually you just feel like it's just you against the world, you know?
Yeah.
That was great. Thank you so much. So my next question is, um, what have been some of your like big inspirations been in sports, like even like growing up as well?
I think after the gifted by the new pair of shoes, I've got a very big inspiration from a friend of mine. Then here in the university, when I was doing my master's here, I've joined one club here, running club, which called the Sao Runners Club. It's non-official, very studentish club here, and regularly we keep going running. We just texting on our WhatsApp groups. Hey, hello, who is running today, and who wants to join me run? And if you find a running mate and you go out with the motivation, and I think it keeps me more and run. And here we have some local races. Let's say every weekend we have like 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, different variety of distances and different pathways we running. And as a weekend activity, I just register one races and go there, and it's like running with a big team. I mean, the races that I attend mostly not crowded. Maybe we are running 100 people, 200 people. It's not
Oh,
like big marathons. Like, I mean, marathons more, I don't know, more maybe 1,000 people.
yeah.
But yeah, every weekend I go like the small races, and it's like, I live in one quarter and one natural area, let's say, and every weekend attend some activity as a sport and do training. I think that's the inspiration and keeps me moving it more. And yeah, and sometimes I put big goals. For example, last month I went to UTLV. It's like also trail in Lam.
Oh, wow.
Lam is a city in Germany. Yeah, I mean, if you register big races, so it's also keep you motivated for like training. Oh, okay, I have this run, I have this ultra trail, ultra marathon, marathon. I have to prepare. Like,
Yeah.
even you feel bad, you go out. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think like having those kind of like goals and little like races to prepare for, that's really important. And like you were saying as well, like having like a community as well is so important to like kind of hold you accountable. Because like I feel like if you're seeing people like message on the WhatsApp group and they're like, oh, is anybody out running? It kind of makes you think, actually, yeah, maybe I should be out running today. Like maybe I should just go out. Give you that motivation. So my next question is, what skills have you learned from being involved in sports growing up? And how have they helped you like in your life?
Um, I can answer this question in a two-way, I guess. One soft skills I learned, and one technical skills I learned.
Yeah.
And I would say biggest thing sport has taught me so far consistency and patience. As a soft skill, I can say this. With running, I just realized the progress doesn't just happen overnight. You
Yeah.
have to keep showing up even the tough days. The discipline definitely helps me into parts of life too. And another big is resilience on a run. There are moments that you want to stop, but if you push through, you you are actually stronger than you thought. And I am carrying that mindset as a part of my life also. And honestly, running taught me balance, clears my head, and especially combined with the music, it gives me energy for work and everything else. Um, for the technical things. I think also there is a lot technique I involved. I started reading books, watching videos, doing some online research, and I learned that running has its own pace, rhythm structure. Um, Yeah, and also learn new technical terms like, let's say, pace, cadence, endurance. And I started using running apps as a technologically. I learned how to create running rules, how to design routes, how to download GPX files, and yeah, also, I mean, when you do running, you have to prepare yourself before the race day, or your wearings, your gadget, your equipment. You get into details and you learn sport, actually, running sport. Every sport has own itself details. And when you get into one sport detailing, so you learn about more of it. Yeah. For example, I made a mistakes on the way, of course, like overdressing with a rain jacket on a sunny day and realizing 5 kilometers later I was overheating and carrying extra weight around my waist. Yeah, and I think you really learn by trials and errors. Sometimes it can happen fatal errors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so true. I think you're saying obviously you don't know until you're out there and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have worn a jacket today. I'm absolutely boiling. But that's actually so interesting about the technical aspects because I think people just don't realize how much you actually learn, how your brain kind of like learns so much new terminology, has to kind of plan things, but obviously the resilience and the motivation aspects are so important as well. But that's such a good answer. Thank you. Definitely lots of things that probably people wouldn't even think about. So my next question is, what have been some of the barriers and challenges that you faced or other people that you know might have faced getting involved in sports and running? And maybe you could give some advice on like how people can overcome them.
Um, I think one of the biggest challenges young people face, I could say, confidence.
Yeah.
For example, here in Bissau, we have, as I said, like a small running club connected to university. We're always trying to invite new people to join. Very often, the answer we hear is, "Oh, I cannot run. It's too hard. After 100 meters, I'm already tired." I think that comes a lack of confidence. If I speaking with in a running area, people don't realize that running, like any sport, that skills develops over the time. Nobody runs like 10 or 15 kilometers on their first try. It's usually start with something as simple walk, run. And maybe another barrier is can be procrastination.
Yeah.
Just with just putting, people think, oh, I will start tomorrow, next week, or when I'm fitter. It doesn't matter if you fit or not, like or the time. Of course, like there's time pressure factor with school, studies, social life, maybe work, and some essentials. For many sports, accessibility, maybe financial costs, maybe it could be a barrier. Membership, but for running, I guess it's super free. You just need a pair of shoes and just a good route that you designed or choose it. I think the weather conditions doesn't matter. You can
Yeah.
even go in rainy way. It's another discovery of the running. Also in the winter, it's amazing. I find it. And my advice would be like, just don't overthink it. Just start small, and you don't need fancy equipment or plan. It's sometimes simple as going for a walk, doing a short stretch at home, joining free community as an activity. And most importantly, don't compare yourself like to others, or your body style, your appearance, I don't know. And sport, I think, should make us feel good, not stressed.
Yeah.
If you can, or we can find even one form of movement that makes us happy, we can enjoy. Like, we have to learn how we can enjoy from movement.
Yeah, you have to find something that you enjoy, and I think taking that step to find something is so important. Like you were saying, running is probably one of the most accessible financially sports out there. Um, so yeah, no, really great pieces of advice. Thank you so much. So my last question is, what is next for you in 2025? What maybe personally, but also like running wise, sports wise, do you have any like goals for the next year?
My dreams or goals, being ultra marathoner one day,
Yeah.
really long distances and attend UTMB race, ultra marathon Mont Blanc, near to France, Switzerland, and Italy border. There is big mountains, and I would like to go more high elevations, let's say 3,000-meter elevation, 4,000-meter elevation, and run over the mountains and see more wild animals. Maybe some bear run with me, and I escape from him. That could be my man. I connect myself more nature things, and yeah,
On it.
train more and run with the friends club, of course, and attend races. Keep going.
Definitely. I will look forward to following your journey. Just keep going. That is a good piece of advice to end us off with. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast. It was so nice to have you, and I'm feeling really inspired and energized. And I know everybody listening will be too. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. If you want to connect with me further, you can find me on LinkedIn at Eden Byrne, and be sure to check out all the other amazing podcasts on Be the Change Media Network.